So back in the times when I used to do security, I worked for this gated community, and actually that was the first time that I was ever pushed by a spirit. Actually, I cracked my head open on a rock. And
Did you ever get stitches?
no, thank God. Right here, it split. There was this huge boulder on the other side, and thank God I was able to put my hands up, and I was able to block my face, and I just hit the tip. If not, who knows what would have happened.
Goodness.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was like the first time I've ever felt that I was ever physically touched by a spirit.
Well, what do you think? Like, were you disoriented after that?
Yeah, it was crazy because I was trying to cross over like this much of water, and
So it's not like if it was so big that you couldn't.
no, and it was like I was about to step over, because I always wanted to make sure I was grounded and I knew where I was stepping, and I was pushed so hard from the back that my head flew back like that.
So obviously, it wasn't a trip. Like you didn't. Trip
Yeah,
over
I didn't.
yourself.
Yeah, it was definitely not. It wasn't me tripping on anything or slipping. It was I was pushed so hard from the back that
You could feel.
I could feel
impact?
yeah, I felt the impact and the pressure that it pushed my head all the way back, and it was like I went back and then I started falling forward, and it felt like time was just slowing down. I was able to think about putting my arms up like this, and that's all I remember.
Thank God you had fast reflexes.
But it was the weird part. It was if it was going so slow. It was amazing to me that I was able to even put my hands on.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so slow, but so fast. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And at first I didn't feel anything. I was like, okay, maybe it's nothing. And then I went back into the guard shack after I kind of was like dazed for a few. And I went and I called and I told them that what happened. I couldn't tell them that I felt like I was pushed. And, but yeah, I looked in the mirror and my whole head from here to here was just bleeding. And it was like this.
You thank God you didn't you need stitches, like seriously.
Yeah. And I was more worried that my glasses wouldn't go into my, that I was able to put my hands up, because if not, I would have hit
Glass
forward.
Up
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had a concussion, and I was out for work for a few days. I couldn't sleep. They wouldn't let me sleep for I think I was up for like almost 24 hours.
It was that bad?
It was bad. Like by the time it happened, it was at night, and I couldn't sleep because they wanted me to go to the hospital, and I refused to go to emergency. I didn't want to go to emergency. So they said I had to go to the doctor in the morning. So from those few short hours, like I think it happened like around 2 or 3 in the morning, I didn't get off work till 8. Well,
they still kept you.
No. I wouldn't have gotten off. The place didn't open until like 7:30 or 8 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So from that time to that time, I had to stay up. From the doctor till then, I said I had a concussion and I had to stay up extra hours. So for me, working the night shift, I had been up already since 10 o'clock the night. It was almost 24 hours before I was able to sleep.
Wow.
It was true.